I want you to imagine about 20 years from now, and this little boy is talking to his grandpa, and he's just found grandpa's t-shirt in the closet, and he puts it on, and he comes out walking out and he says, "Hey grandpa, you have a home run day." And grandpa says, "How do you know about home run day?" And he goes, "Well, I found your t-shirt, grandpa." And he said, "Well, I'd like to tell you a story. It's a simple story about a simple guy. His name was Skipper." He said, a long time ago, about 20 years ago, sports wasn't like it is today. Nowadays, the owners of all the sports teams, they give tons of their money to fund the poor kids and to help everyone get a good education and everyone be fed, and all the money that's made out of sports, a lot of that money goes to really help the world and help people that are less fortunate than themselves. But it didn't used to be like that. In fact, about 20 years ago, just before the turn of the century, the players were a lot of them were very selfish. A lot of the owners were very selfish. They were focused on one thing: how much money can they make? That was the bottom line. So they'll leave their team, and it doesn't matter. It's just how much more money, more money, more money, more money. But then something shifted, where people started to focus on giving.
And that's the team, and that's what I'm learning now, watching the baseball teams that have great individual players, but are failing because they haven't been able to collaborate, to meld.
Well, this guy Skipper has a simple message, and he believed that it was more blessed to give than receive. In fact, he spent his whole life giving, and he gave to the community, he gave to all the kids. In fact, everywhere he went, he gave.
When Gary first came to me and said, "I've written this song, and you've probably heard it. You remember Have a Home Run Day?" I thought, oh yeah, I remember that song. I remember all about him and about Skipper.
So everywhere he went, he gave to people. He gave from his heart. He gave his love. He gave his joy. He looked at him and said, "You have a home run day!" And everywhere he went, everybody always felt better because he gave something. He gave of himself. He gave of his heart.
When we walk through the door of the clubhouse at the ballpark, we have to leave our egos at the door. There's no longer an individual reality anymore. Now there's this team organism, this team spirit.
And there were all these people that were touched by him, all these people that lived in this little town of Laguna Beach, right on the ocean in California. And so many people were touched over the years. And at one point in time, this guy wrote this song about him, and it was catchy, and Skipper started to get kind of excited about this. He got up on stage and started singing and dancing and saying, "Have a home run day!"
All the members on the team had a dream and a desire to make the world a better place, to have their life mean something, to be a contribution, to leave a legacy, that when we're through with this chapter, that we've left the world a better place than when we were introduced to it. We've given something to it.
And he said, "Yeah, do you think that message might mean something to other people across the country? Could it make a difference in the country?" And I thought about it, and I thought about kids in the inner cities, and I thought about families that have been breaking apart, and immediately I said, this is an incredible message. The whole belief that you can have a home run day just by believing you can have a home run day.
And this other guy wrote this song, and all the people played and people danced, and it just started to gather some momentum. And then this team of people put it together and go, "God, wouldn't it be great if the whole world knew about Skipper, or if all of America knew about Skipper?" And that they actually shared that hometown hero with all the other little kids all through the country and all around the world. Wouldn't it be great if they actually shared his message, his simple message, if those people from that town would actually give that message to everybody else? And they started focusing on giving.
That's the scale and scope and the difference of what this song is.
Incredibly powerful message, and that's what Skipper's about. That's why we love him so much. He carries that message out into the Laguna Beach streets, and every person who hears that message and is touched by him, there's a ripple, and it ripples out to the next person. That parent that got that blessing from Skipper passes it along to their kid, and then that kid passes it along to the next kid, and the next thing you know, there's a circle of joy that's completed throughout the entire country, and that's what we're going for. We're trying to complete that circle of joy and be a part of creating that circle of joy.
And all the team players have been working on that our whole adult lives. It's been our task. And then we met Skipper, who gave us a language to tell the story. And it's a language that's universal, that it can offend nobody. And it's non-religious, so it's not going to affect Christians but turn off Muslims or Hindus or Jews. It's not Republican or Democrat. There's no division. It's a language of unity.
And then the baseball people, the Major League Baseball, they actually realize that, you know what, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Because if we give from our hearts, truly give from our hearts, you know what, it's just going to come back and we're going to get blessed in the process too.
And it's a language that children can understand. So now we've got this language that our team is writing a story with. And that story has a lot to do with discovering what your dream is and attaining your dream. So it is the American dream, it's the American story. Because Skipper said, have a home a day. But you interpret that as make it your best, give it all you got, don't worry about the rest.
You know, and that's what I want to pass on. And that's what Skipper passed on with his message, and that's what I want to do with all of my music. And that's what gives me joy.
Yeah, awesome.
That's all you need. Keep it on.
Well,
Have a home run day, have a home run day.